My name is Jessica Solomon.
What are you going to share with us today, Jessica?
I'm going to share one of my best memories in nature. I'm from New York. You might pick that up during the talk, right? And the first time I came to Santa Barbara, California, was when I was visiting. I was about 15, 16 years old, and I was visiting from upstate New York, which is beautiful. You have the mountains and the quarries and the falls, natural falls. And but I came here and I was like, wow, I love this place. It's got the beach, it's got the mountains, plenty of places to hike, and it had just a really groovy feel, and it was just my vibe at the time, and like, I'm definitely coming out here. And when you come out here, first exploring the beaches and the sand and being by the ocean, which is amazing. But I moved here in November, and then started realizing that there's a lot of trails and places to hike. And one of the first, I think, bigger hikes that I had done was up in Inspiration Point. Right? Have you been?
Yeah.
Okay. How many times?
Good Lord, I've lived here for more than half of my life, so I don't know. I started as a teenager. It's probably been about like a good 6 years since I've been there.
Okay.
5, 6 years.
But you visited maybe 10 times, 30?
I'd say like maybe close to 20.
20. Okay,
Yeah,
right on.
yeah.
I probably have gone up there at least 60 times. Because I used to do it every weekend. I used to go to yoga and then go up for my hike. It's like a reward. But I remember the first time I'd walked up there, and I was about 21. I'm not going to date myself now, but 21. And I was about like halfway. I had to take breaks. I had to take water breaks. And I get to the top, and I see a woman on the top. And I'm telling you, it took me maybe every break I took about 10 minutes to catch my breath. But I was determined to get up to the top. And when I got up to the top, before I can actually embrace and take in this amazing view of Santa Barbara, we didn't even get there yet. I saw a woman who had to have been, I'd say, definitely in her 70s, 80s. Had to be on the cusp of that. And it was multi-generational. So it was this woman. I think she did have like a kind of a walking stick to help her a little bit. She definitely had, her son or daughter, and then their children. So there was the 3 generations. And she was up there, and she was not nearly, not even close as out of breath that I was. And I thought, oh man, I got to get more exercise. But then after I, got past that, I took in what I saw. And I was very inspired. Yeah. And I thought, if my friends could see me now, sitting on top of Santa Barbara, but also getting to be so connected in nature, and, no pollution. Nobody ever litters over there. Everybody takes care of it and things like that. And I thought, oh, this is definitely someplace where I want to spend more of my time. And I think that's like when you get older, you realize how precious it is, and how much that you want to preserve it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Somebody gave me a plaque once or something that says if we saw the earth was the size of kind of like maybe like a tennis ball, right, or something like that, we would all be in awe of it, and we would do whatever we could to preserve it.
Yeah. I've noticed we zoom in so much that we forget to zoom out to see the bigger picture. Right. And the bigger picture is like, oh, I'm really going to die. And what am I going to do within that time? And how am I also going to respect that after my death, there's other humans that get to enjoy this planet or get to not enjoy it?
Good point. So something that you were affected by climate change. I had a friend that was here for years, and he was originally from Vermont, so New England area, and he moved to Indianapolis. I mean, he had been here over 20 years, moved to Indianapolis about 3 or 4 years ago, and then just hated it because it was gray in the winter and cold. You get depressed, no sun and all that.
Yeah.
And then about 6 months ago, they moved to, he and his partner moved to Newport, or in Virginia, somewhere, a place in Virginia. And in December, he says, he goes, it's 77 degrees today. I go, what did you say? I said, he says, it's 77 degrees. I'm like, what? And he goes, it's 77. And I love it. I love it. I go, 77 degrees in Virginia in December. This is like a sign of, a clear sign of climate warming. And he said, yeah, and I love it. And he goes, and we're not going to be able to change it, so we might as well enjoy it in our lifetime, because what are we going to do? So that's kind of like where you feel like you're powerless and you can't contribute enough. And then finding some kind of, it's kind of like dark, but true to it.
Yeah, it's both sides, right?
Both.
Saying, well, apathy.
Yeah.
And then the other one is saying, well, I know that maybe I only have like another 30, 40 years. I can't do this, but I'm going to enjoy where I'm at, and I'm going to still try to do something else.
Still contribute in every way you can, but then say, hey, you know what? This would have been freezing 20 years ago. So, yeah.
There is that, too.
I would,
Yeah, I can understand. I lived in Virginia.
Florida's going to go underwater, and California's going to be desert. More desert.
Yeah, it is. And, well, as you were talking about Inspiration Point and that hike and the catching the breath and then seeing an elder be in her power because she had been doing it for a while.
Conditioned.
Yes, she was. Yeah, she's definitely conditioned, probably for many, many years. I really saw that picture. I saw that picture of like the struggle and how we do struggle in nature as well, right? And we're in the struggle with climate change. And then, but also that moment of like, ooh, I still have these things that I can do, right? These actionable steps. I can get myself conditioned so I can be like that elder. I can enjoy this view even though I know that there's all of this stuff going on. So I really appreciate the story, because I recall the first time I did Inspiration Point, and I was 16 and I was high as a damn cat. I was just so fucked up. And I was like, this is really hard. But I was tripping. Sorry, Danny. I was tripping so hard going up there, just coming from Central America. And the struggle was real, because Inspiration Point, at least the first time, is intense.
Yeah, and if it's not, you don't go early in the morning and you get it.
The heat. Yeah.
But this is another, what you're doing here is another level of inspiration, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's wonderful to connect with people on their story, and it doesn't matter, right? It's the neutral canvas, and today just happens to really be honoring, the earth and this planet that we live and how we're connected with it in whatever capacity.
And is it true, didn't Earthway start in Santa Barbara?
That is... Yeah, because of the 1969 oil spill.
Yes.
It is not definitive, but it is. So Earth Day, the celebration itself started in 1970. So the oil spill was in 69, and then the Earth Day celebration was in 1970.
Right on.
So the legend is it's coming from a professor at UCSB, or a group of peoples. Yeah. And I would say that that's about right. I also believe this is the largest Earth Day festival, if not in the United States, in the world. And I can't remember which one is accurate.
That's interesting.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, I love it. It's a great thing.
We have all received a gift, an expected or anticipated gift for a birthday, anniversary, retirement. Each time we receive that gift, whether it meets our expectation, we feel something. Happy, sad, disappointed. The gifts that are unexpected, unconditional, small or large, have the potential of changing the trajectory of a life. Someone pays for your groceries when you're out of money, leaves you a big tip just when you think you can't afford your rent. Those are the gifts that ease our fears, make us grateful, and want to help others. This is a space where we share how those gifts, big or small, make a difference and change our lives. Welcome to the Starfish Connection.